Hi, this is Eric Royne with BoardGameGeek. I'm here with Kurt Covert from Smirk and Dagger Games, looking at Cutthroat Caverns.
Indeed.
Sort of a callback to your earlier releases.
Well, I tell you what, yeah, so we've had Cutthroat Caverns out and in continuous sale for 12 years. But after a while, it was starting to look every
Like
bit of
12
that
years
12
old.
years old.
Yes.
Yeah. So this, however, is really a soup-to-nuts reboot of the game. It's not just the art, it's everything inside the box.
Okay.
So, but it certainly starts there.
Okay.
But for those of you who don't know the game,
I
right?
was leading into that,
Yes,
yes.
indeed. So this was actually one of the first, real true semi-co-ops, and we even got a lot of kudos from people. We won an award for most innovative, game of the year. But in any case, it is a game where you are part of an adventuring party going down into the caverns, and you have to work together just to survive. But it's a game of kill stealing. So
Right.
if you don't betray people, you'll never win. And it's a delicate balance between what am I going to do selfishly to make sure that I land that final blow and get the credit for the kill versus, how am I going to act like a team party member and really just, do what needs to be done to get to stop the pain.
Right.
I might decide I'm going to trip you. Rather than let your attack go through. So the creature will live longer one more round and I'll get a shot to kill it next turn.
Okay.
So that's,
all right.
It's a very delicate balance. Players will go through, total player kills. They'll curse each other's names as terrible things are done to them. It's a blast.
Okay.
And it's certainly a game that is probably one of our most critically acclaimed games.
So what's been redone in the Anniversary Edition?
Right. So again, first of all, the art is completely worked over. All the graphics, all the illustrations. So we've got cover illustrations and character art by Lindsay Look, who did our game Dread Curse. So you'll notice too that we've got upgraded components. So all these now have inserts. So it's a dual layer board, and this just slides in. We had a lot of complaints where the glass beads are sliding across the cards, and you lose track of your life points.
Right.
That won't happen anymore. And because it was one of our earlier games, there was even a lot of keywords that weren't utilized terribly well. There are some rules hiccups. Our FAQ was a mile long. So
Okay.
all that's been tightened down.
Okay.
Plus we added some new rules. So it now has a multiple play length. You can play it for 30 minutes, for 60 minutes, for 90 minutes, wherever, however much time you have, and it'll scale.
Right.
We've got new rules for an epic finish. You're going to be going through 9 encounters until you reach the end of the dungeon. But that 9th one, in the old game, it was all randomly dealt, and now there is a way that you can make sure that that's going to be an epic, cool encounter as your last boss. Everyone chooses their favorite from the stack before it gets shuffled, and everyone takes, I think this is a really cool one. You put it in. One of those is going to be your final boss. So you have some agency in determining that. And lastly, the relic cards that came out in previous sets. In expansions, were never part of the base game. And now we've found a way, very simply, without the event deck, to get relics into the game. So you encounter a treasure room after your first encounter, and now you get these, very permanent and interesting tools that you can use throughout the game, magic items, different things, and it gives just a little bit more fun to the game. We loved the relics once we created them, but the base game was never supposed to have them, so so now the base game can have them.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're the publisher. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how it works out.
But we didn't want to have the event deck because the event deck really complicates things, and that's really supposed to, I think, still for an expansion.
Okay.
So all of that, the rules tweaks, we also upgraded the encounters. Some of the encounters in the original game were too weak. Okay. So we took the opportunity to enhance those creatures, make them tougher, and at the same time, really just augmented the artwork. So Bugaboo used to be basically a line drawing, and so It's the same.
right.
The same for Hate. Hate now just has this like amazing, these great graphics. We've got Mind Grub. Just really, just everything has the same kind of tone and manner and richness that I think the game always deserved and never had.
Okay.
Plus, we also took the opportunity and we created 2 new encounters just for this set. We've got the Shadow Morph and Goblin Dragon. Shadow Morph allows you to discard someone else's protected attack card, which is the attack cards that have someone's face circled at the bottom.
Right.
Discard it and redirect it to that character, the damage coming in from the creature. And of course,
Okay.
that ends up making everyone discard a lot of cards, which they could otherwise use to hurt the creature.
Okay.
Everything's kind of a honey trap in this game. You're tempted to do, terrible things for some small benefit.
Okay.
And in any case, that's kind of the fun of the
That's
game.
what you're rewarded for.
Yeah.
And you had something on your phone?
Right. So this is also now an app.
Okay.
Very shortly, we're going to be releasing it on both Google Play and iOS. It is a fully playable version of the game, but because there's so many interrupts, it is not one that you can network and play with a friend. This is it's a solo adventure against AI opponents that are built and modeled after players and play types that we see at the table.
Right.
So there's one character that no matter what just hates you. There's one whoever wronged me last, I'm coming after. Someone who wants to balance the damage and keep all, peacemaker. So persona types we see and now programmed into, so it really simulates the feel of play.
All right. So there you go.
Yeah.
Anniversary edition, 12th anniversary.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
not the usual number, but
Well,
it works out
it was
well.
supposed to be for the 10th year, and it just took longer to actually put into the soup.
That's right.
So,
Well, you've
yeah.
expanded your business as well.
True.
Lots of different game types.
Yeah.
And here, this is more going back to your roots.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right. And I assume you've learned a lot over the last years,
have.
as you talked about redoing art and rules and just streamlining and
it's so much
everything.
tighter now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Kurt.
Thank you.
For a look at Cutthroat Caverns, the anniversary edition from Smirk and Dagger Games.